tuning in. This is a Clay Edwards Show production. Guys, I got some breaking news here. I just did a live video, and then no sooner than I got through doing the live, getting ready to upload a clip of it about this story, we got an update. This is concerning the JSU on-campus shooting or murder that happened homecoming weekend a couple weeks ago here in Jackson. They have a fellow arrested. They have two guys arrested, actually. The man accused of the shooting is Joshua Brown. He's a student and a football player down at Jones County College. Now, I can sit here and explain the whole thing to you, but apparently there's video evidence. Not apparently, there is factual video evidence that he was not in Jackson at the time that they're saying the shooting happened. He would have had to have gotten back to Hattiesburg within 13 to 33 minutes of when the call was made. But where it's coming into question is, when was the shooting? Do they have evidence of the shooting happening at a different time? We'll break that down, and then we'll get to the breaking news that came out after the video we're going to show you here. But I just want to bring you up to speed in case you're new to this.
To show you exclusive video that can prove the wrong person is behind bars for the recent killing at Jackson State University. And tonight we have new information that could validate that claim. Our Brendan Hall joins us live with more on this investigation. Brendan.
While officials with Jackson State remain tight-lipped about this investigation, we confirmed with Jackson Police that the department received a call about a man shot near JSU's campus on October 18th just before 9:30 p.m. That's less than a half hour before the man accused of this crime was apparently caught on camera 89 miles away from JSU.
Wait, real quick, what type of vehicle is it?
She's going to be in a white view. White view have a male shot in her back seat.
Rolling 9, I'm rolling that way.
Around 9:26 p.m. on October 15th. That's when the radio chatter you heard came across the police scanner. That's also the exact time an official with Jackson Police says his units received a call with similar information and later found out the shooting happened on Jackson State University's campus. Less than a half hour later, at 9:53 p.m., Joshua Brown appeared to be seen on surveillance video in the drive-thru of a Krispy Kreme in Hattiesburg. Fox 41st showed you that exclusive video Monday, along with video of what looks to be Brown at two other locations in the Hattiesburg area throughout the evening. This Krispy Kreme employee claims he remembers taking an order from the alleged killer that night.
It was near the time we were about to close our lobby, because our lobby closed at 10. And he came through. It was a normal night, slow for a Sunday, and just like any other customer, he came through. He paid cash. We exchanged a few words about Jones, but yeah, I saw him in that white truck, and I recognized him as soon as I saw the picture again. If that's true, and Brown is in fact the killer, he would have had to drive 89 miles from JSU to the Krispy Kreme in Hattiesburg in roughly 30 minutes. It just really surprises me that they're not really doing much about it right now after having all this evidence come to light, but at the same time, I can understand having their one suspect and wanting to stick to it to have a closed case. It also comes to the surprise of Jones College head football coach Steve Buckley.
Josh Brown is a sophomore in our program here. He's been here. This is his third semester. He's set to graduate in December. He has a 3.06 GPA. Josh has never been an issue on the field or off the field. Josh is punctual. He's dependable. A leader in our program.
Buckley says he knows for a fact that Brown was back on Jones College's campus by 10:30 on the night of the killing and shared this campus surveillance video to prove it.
I know he was walking with two of our football players. Actually, he had gone to Walmart that afternoon in Columbia, and they helped him unload his groceries for his dorm room that night.
We received the alleged video evidence of Brown's whereabouts yesterday, and we're not only able to connect with but also interview that Krispy Kreme employee less than 24 hours later. On the other hand, there's emails indicating that JSU received this same evidence exactly a week ago, and at the time of this report have yet to reach out to him.
All right, so my biggest concern or biggest question here is, how did they place this guy in Jackson ever at any point to begin with. Now, again, maybe there's some information available in some earlier reports. I haven't dug back to the very beginning of this, but if you're just looking at it at surface value here, at face value on surface level here, how did they come up? How did they put him in Jackson? How did they decide this was their suspect? Was his truck spotted at the scene? He has a specialized tag with, I think, D Brown or J Brown or something with his last name on the tag. So where did they come up with that? All right, so we're going to start pinging all this together. Speaking of pinging, that would be my question. If you watch the Napoleon Polo Cipher Voice Edwards trial here recently, one of the things they used was technology to ping the cell phone towers and data. So you could sit here and say, all right, his cell phone bounced off this tower at this exact time, and this is the tower for this area. It's real easy. They tried to make it way more complicated than it is, but it's pretty simple. Either it pinged off the cell phone tower or it didn't. Do they have proof? Did his digital footprint put him in Jackson at this time? It's real easy to figure that out. You'll never convince me that he didn't have a cell phone on him. He absolutely probably had a cell phone on him. That truck he's driving may very well have the data saved to it if it's got GPS. Also, I think that's it. That would be it. The cell phone data pinging on the towers is about the best thing I can think of to clear him. Now, here's another deal. I had forgot about this. They had actually arrested another guy and charged him with the driving. So here is, and I'm not going to pull the screen up here. I'm going to read this. This just broke about an hour ago, and I just happened to miss it when I was doing from Anthony Warren over at WLBT. A date has been set for a hearing that could clear the name of a former college football player accused in connection with a recent at the Jackson State University. That is the case. Says Jamison Kelly is expected in court for a preliminary hearing on November 13th. The hearing is slated to begin at 10:30. Kelly is currently being held at the Raymond Detention Center on no bond. Kelly, a former Jones County football standout, is charged with accessory to the fact of the murder of Jalen Burns. That's that killed at JSU homecoming weekend. According to a court document, Kelly was said to have driven Joshua Brown, the alleged shooter, away from the scene of the crime on the night of October 15th. However, obtained by WLBT shows Brown was some 90 miles away at the time of the shooting. Meanwhile, the car Brown was said to have been in that night was reportedly wrecked prior to the incident. Now, JSU's investigative team, their campus police are the ones investigating this, maybe in conjunction with Hinds County. I just know he's in the Hinds County Detention Center in Raymond. How, if wrong, how do you get it this wrong? If for their sake, I hope they have some evidence that puts these guys in Jackson on that campus at the time of the shooting. That was the other thing I was going to say a minute. It's talking about pinging on the towers. Like, there's something else. There's something else they should have. Surely campus. A campus in Jackson. I'm in Jackson. Say what you want. Say what you will. There's a lot of damn crime in Jackson. You need to keep college students safe at those on-campus apartments. Do they have some time stampage possibly showing the shooting or his vehicle leaving the scene within the time of the actual shooting? Because that's what they're basing his being able to have time to get back to Hattiesburg on. And I feel bad for the kid if he's innocent. I feel bad for anybody that's innocent. Do they have some proof that the shooting happened sooner than the call came in? It would have had to happen a solid 30 minutes sooner. At minimum, if you're hauling ass, I mean hauling butt, averaging about 100 miles an hour, it would take you at minimum an hour to get to Hattiesburg from Jackson. And that's if you don't catch the lights, all that. You sit there, shot on the campus for 35 minutes. Shoot. No. an hour, 30, 45, and then what, they're up to an hour? Because, I mean, really, man, it takes an hour and a half without speeding more than 60, 70 miles, 70, 80 miles an hour to get to Hattiesburg. And so you're going to tell me you made it through Jackson, Richland, Florence, McGee, Mendenhall. You made it through all those little towns without getting a speeding ticket? I mean, I'm not saying it ain't possible. It's possible. It's on a Saturday night, I think it was. It's just unlikely. So unless they have some evidence that he was in town on campus through cell phone data or video evidence, there seems to be no reason why you would have either one of these guys locked up. I mean, where are they getting this information? Again, I always lean in favor of law enforcement, and I like to let things work out and see the evidence and see what happens. But it looks bad as of right now. WLBT seems to trust this information enough to run with it, and say what you want about news channels. They do a good job when it comes to their investigative stuff. What's the guy's name? Brendan Hall, I think, was on that other report. CJ LeMasters was on another one. Anthony Warren, their online guy, does great work. All these people saying this don't check out with him having been here. To quote Johnny Cochran, if it doesn't fit, you should have quit. Man, I want to see the evidence. I want to see why they've decided that they are comfortable enough keeping two guys locked up when there's a overwhelming amount of evidence suggesting they were not even in the city at the time of the shooting. And were they up here at some point? There's a lot to unpack here. We'll keep you posted. Be sure to hit the share button, all that good stuff. Clay Edwards Show every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on 103.9 FM WYAB. And as always, the podcast is available everywhere you download podcasts, stream music, videos, books, and more. Just search my name, Clay Edwards Show. Stay safe. Peace out.